What is History? By Edward Hallett Carr is a seminal work in the field of historiography that challenges traditional notions of historical objectivity and offers a comprehensive analysis of the nature, purpose, and interpretation of history. This detailed summary explores the key themes, arguments, and concepts presented in the book, providing an extensive understanding of Carr's perspectives. The book begins by questioning the concept of historical truth and objectivity. Carr argues that history is not an objective discipline solely concerned with discovering and presenting facts, but is, in fact, an interpretive and subjective endeavor. He contends that historians are influenced by their own biases, societal norms, and ideological frameworks, which shape their interpretation and presentation of historical events. Carr explores the role of the historian as an active participant in the construction of history. He contends that historians cannot be detached observers, but are inherently involved in the selection and interpretation of evidence, influenced by their own intellectual backgrounds and cultural context. Carr emphasizes the importance of recognizing this subjectivity and advocates for historians to be transparent about their biases and interpretations. The author further explores the impact of the historians present on the writing of history. He argues that historical narratives are influenced by the concerns, interests, and ideologies of the present era. Carr suggests that history is not a static discipline, but an ongoing dialogue between the past and the present, with interpretations evolving as society changes. He cautions against viewing history as a fixed and absolute truth, urging readers to approach it as an ever-changing field. Carr examines the influence of causation and determinism on historical explanations. He criticizes simplistic views of cause and effect relationships, arguing that history is complex and multifaceted. He emphasizes the need to understand the underlying social, economic, and cultural factors that shape historical events, rather than reducing them to isolated incidents. Carr proposes a nuanced approach that considers multiple causal factors and acknowledges the limitations of deterministic explanations. The book delves into the role of individuals in history. Carr challenges the notion of the great man theory, which attributes historical change solely to influential individuals. Instead, he advocates for a broader understanding of historical actors, including the collective agency of social groups, economic forces, and cultural movements. Carr argues that historical change is the result of a complex interplay between individuals and broader societal dynamics. Carr explores the relationship between history and social progress. He cautions against teleological interpretations that view history as a linear progression towards a predetermined goal. Instead, he suggests that history should be seen as a series of contingent events shaped by human agency and unpredictable circumstances. Carr advocates for a critical examination of historical narratives that promote deterministic views of progress, emphasizing the importance of understanding historical developments in their specific context. The author addresses the challenges of historical evidence and sources. He emphasizes the need for historians to critically analyze and interpret sources, recognizing their limitations and biases. Carr discusses the role of bias and distortion in historical records, highlighting the importance of triangulating multiple sources to form a more comprehensive understanding of the past. He also examines the impact of gaps and silences in the historical record and explores strategies for filling these gaps through inference and imagination. Carr engages with debates surrounding objectivity and relativism in historical interpretation. He rejects the idea of absolute objectivity but argues for a rational and disciplined approach to historical inquiry. He suggests that while historians cannot completely escape subjectivity, they can strive for objectivity by critically evaluating evidence, engaging with different perspectives, and subjecting their interpretations to scrutiny. The book concludes with Carr's reflections on the future of history as a discipline. He acknowledges the challenges faced by historians, such as the vast amount of information available and the rapid pace of societal change. Carr emphasizes the need for historians to adapt to these challenges while maintaining their commitment to rigorous analysis and interpretation. He encourages historians to engage with other disciplines,